Hudson Bay Company, we are a company. You might see the letters HBC on our flag. It stands for Hudson Bay Company. And the Hudson Bay Company, like the Russian-American company, we're in the business for furs. The thing is, we're not looking for sea otter furs. We're hunting a particular fur for a particular reason. We're hunting beaver. This is a beaver skin. And the reason beaver were valuable is that beaver was and still is the best fur in the world for making into hats. Hats like that top hat right there. So the Hudson Bay Company was all about hunting beaver fur to make into hats. That's right. You see his ears? That's right. Yeah. The reason they put them on hoops like this is once they're hunted, that's so they can be, so the fat and the meat can be scraped off the back. It can be dried, and we can pack this up. We tie them up into a great big bale, we pack them onto horses, and we carry these 800 miles back to our headquarters at Fort Vancouver. You see, the Hudson Bay Company, groups like this to come to visit Fort Ross to trade for supplies, we had to ride saddles like that, 800 miles, living in a hunting expedition, lasts a year long, living in tents like this. So these groups had to be very good at knowing how to live off the land. They had to camp in tents like this through the winter, through the snow. You don't see any stoves in there. So we had to be very good at knowing how to live off the land, keep ourselves warm in the winter, and to feed ourselves. And a lot of the wives of the Hudson Bay Company people were Indians. Were Indian women. The women of the Hudson Bay Company were very, very important. And a lot of people say that's why the HBC was the very best fur trading company in the world, because of the Indian wives. The Indian women were the very best at camping in the wilderness because they'd grown up doing it with their seasonal round for collecting goods. They could help feed the parties when they traveled. The women of the Hudson Bay Company, these are some of the tools they would use. They would take care of preparing the furs and send to the hat factories. They made moccasins, they made leather clothing, they would set camp, they would do all the cooking, and it would let the men focus on trapping and hunting to feed the parties. What's that? They would celebrate on Christmas, that's right. But boy, living in tents like this, that's pretty